On the way to a blind date, I picked up a cute little girl. Unexpectedly, she looked thrilled, hugged me, and called me Daddy. I was a little stunned, thinking the child had mistaken me for someone else. However, the system told me that this was really my daughter. Looking closely at the girl, she did indeed bear some resemblance to me. But when did I have a daughter this old? Daddy, the little girl's cute, baby voice instantly melted me. At this moment, the system's voice appeared in my mind again. Please, host, fulfill your daughter Bibe's wish to receive a novice reward. Subconsciously, I picked up the little girl. She immediately wrapped her arms around my neck, her big eyes filled with joy. Daddy is hugging me. Bebe is so happy. With that, she gave me a loud peck on the cheek. My mind completely blanked. Is this what it feels like to be a dad? Congratulations, host, for completing the task. You have been awarded a perfect physique, and your charm value has increased by 5 points. I felt a rush of heat through my body, followed by a sensation of ease I had never experienced before. All the flab on my body vanished, replaced by well-defined muscles. My face gained a ruggedness and charm. The system was actually real. That means this little girl really is my daughter. Looking at the adorable child clinging tightly to me, a hint of tenderness flashed in my eyes. Bebe, where is your mom? Before Bebe could answer, 4 men in black walked down the stairs and surrounded me. Who are you? How dare you try to abduct the young miss? Let go of the young miss. I was shocked. It seemed my daughter's background was not simple. Don't bully my daddy, Bebe frowned and shouted loudly. The 4 men in black gasped, and their gaze towards me became respectful. We didn't realize you were the young master-in-law. We apologize for our offense just now. Please wait a moment, young master-in-law. We will report to the master immediately. With that, one of the bodyguards excitedly rushed upstairs. The other 3 still surrounded me, afraid I might escape. Soon, I was respectfully led upstairs by the bodyguards. An elderly man sat at the main seat, looked at Bibe, and then at me, a hint of surprise in his eyes. Perhaps it was because of the 5 points of charm I had gained, but the old man found me instantly pleasing. But why does this young man look so familiar? Suddenly, the old man's eyes narrowed slightly, as if he recognized me. May I ask for this young friend's name? My name is Wang Ye, I replied calmly, while secretly sizing up the old man. I couldn't recall ever meeting him. Who exactly is Bebe's mother? My granddaughter seems to like you very much. I wonder if you could play with her for a while. The old man smiled kindly and patted my shoulder. That's no trouble at all. I like Bebe very much too. She's very cute. My gaze towards Bebe was filled with tenderness. I really wanted to ask the old man who Bebe's mother was, but asking directly felt too abrupt. Daddy, let's go see the fish. They have very pretty little goldfish there. Bebe was delighted to hear I would play with her, and immediately pulled me towards the door. Watching our retreating figures, the old man stroked his beard and narrowed his eyes. He had seen me before, but on his granddaughter's phone. His granddaughter had said that I was Bebe's biological father. However, trying to find someone nationwide based on one blurry photo was like searching for a needle in a haystack. He hadn't expected to meet the real person here. Investigate this Wang Ye. I want all the detailed information on him within 1 hour. Also, compare the DNA of these 2 strands of hair. I want the results immediately. It turned out that when he patted my shoulder just now, he had already taken a strand of my hair. On my side, I was still confused. Bebe was undoubtedly my daughter, but who was her mother? I truly had no recollection whatsoever. Bebe, do you know what your mom's name is? I asked cautiously. Bebe tilted her head and thought for a moment. Mommy is just... Mommy! I couldn't help but twitch my mouth. I mean, do you know what your mom's full name is? I know, but great-grandpa calls Mommy Xiao Yao. Xiao Yao? I frowned. I didn't recall any girl named Xiao Yao in my life. It seems I'll have to wait until Bebe's mother appears. Meanwhile, 2 stacks of documents were placed in front of the old man. One was all my personal information, and the other was the DNA test report. He first opened the DNA report, his eyes instantly flashing with shock and excitement. He glanced at me, playing with Bebe. Unexpectedly, you really are Bebe's biological father. Then he opened the second document. After reading it, his eyes showed a look of satisfaction. Although I was far from the league of the talented young men in the capital, I was considered an outstanding person among ordinary people. The most important point was that I fit his aesthetic. Wang Ye, this child is as handsome as I was back in the day. Someone like this becoming my grandson-in-law is acceptable. Since I was Beibei's biological father, I had to take on a father's responsibility. Wang Ye, what brings you here today? The old man asked me gently. I scratched my head awkwardly. To be honest, I was forced by my family to come here for a blind date today. The old man sighed. My granddaughter is clearly a very gentle and lovely girl, but because of a past experience, all the blind dates we arranged for her have failed. My heart jumped. The person I was supposed to meet was also on a blind date? If she succeeds in her blind date, won't my child have to call someone else daddy? Absolutely not. So, is your granddaughter still single? I tentatively asked. The old man nodded casually. I breathed a sigh of relief. Sir, what do you think of me? The old man feigned surprise, then looked me up and down. I felt a little anxious. Did he not like me? I used to work abroad and just recently returned. Although I haven't established a career domestically yet, The old man interrupted me. Young man, I don't have any objections to you. My granddaughter has a 3-year-old daughter. This is something many people cannot accept. I like Beibei very much. I can completely accept that. And Beibei likes me too. Isn't that great? The old man slowly nodded. I have a second concern. My granddaughter's job is very demanding and she cannot take care of the family. If you two really get together in the future, it will require you to make a sacrifice, perhaps even becoming a full-time house husband to care for Beibei. That's too unfair to you. I quickly shook my head. I don't see that as a problem at all. In any family, someone has to contribute more to the household. If her job truly doesn't allow her to care for the family, I'm willing to take on the responsibility of caring for Beibei. A glint of approval flashed in the old man's eyes. If you can accept these two things, then that would be excellent. However, I still need to ask for my granddaughter's opinion on this matter. If she agrees, I will arrange for you two to meet. I breathed a sigh of relief. Sir, how should I address Beibei's mother? My surname is Yoon, so you can call me Grandpa Yoon. As for my granddaughter, you can discuss that yourselves after you meet. I shouldn't overstep my boundaries. I nodded, feeling a bit excited. I finally had a chance to meet Beibei's mother. Just then, my mother called. Wang Ye, are you flying off the handle? You actually said you have a child? Well, fine. Bring the child back to me later. If you can't bring the child back, don't bother coming home. I felt awkward. My blind date must have told on me. Is that Grandma's voice? Baby wants to talk to Grandma? Grandma, can you hear Baby's voice? Baby's soft baby voice reached my mother's ears, completely stunning her. Brat, what's going on? Is this the daughter you were talking about? I'll explain everything when I get home. Things are a bit complicated right now. Daddy, can Beibei talk to Grandma? Beibei tugged on my hand, pleading. I had no choice but to hand the phone to Beibei. Mom, Beibei wants to talk to you. Beibei chuckled and held the phone. Hello, Grandma. I'm Beibei. I miss you so much. Watching Beibei talking happily with my mother, I felt a sense of relief. However, I still had to properly explain the situation with Beibei to my parents when I returned. A moment later, Beibei handed the phone back. Daddy, Grandma invited me to their house to play. Can Beibei see Grandma? I wanted to take Beibei home to see my parents, but the old man didn't yet know that I was Beibei's biological father. Would he really agree? It seems Beibei really likes you. If it's convenient, let Beibei go to your house to play. I was delighted. Really? Is that okay? Of course. Beibei likes you so much. I have some matters to attend to, so I'll entrust Beibei to your care. I excitedly nodded and agreed. After exchanging contact information, I picked up Beibei and walked out of the Haicheng Grand Hotel. When Beibei and I walked into my house, my father and mother were stunned. This is Beibei? She's too adorable. My mother couldn't hide the affection in her eyes. Hello, Grandma and Grandpa. I'm Beibei. Beibei was completely at ease and greeted my parents naturally. Like a little fairy, she instantly melted my mother's soft heart. My mother had originally been prepared to scold me, but now it seemed it wouldn't be too late to deal with me after Beibei left. I breathed a sigh of relief. It was a good thing I brought Beibei back. Is there anything to eat at home? There's no food for you. It's not for me. Beibei is hungry, I said, a little exasperated. Is Bebe hungry? What would Bebe like to eat? Grandma will make it, okay? Bebe giggled with delight. Bebe will eat everything Grandma makes. Then I'll make Bebe some steamed egg custard, okay? I guarantee you'll love it. With that, my mother picked up Bebe and walked into the house. My father pulled me aside. What is going on with you? Why'd you bring someone else's child home? It's complicated. I'll explain everything after Bebe leaves. What do you mean explain everything? My father was getting impatient. I took a deep breath. This child is mine, but I'm not sure who her mother is right now. What? My father was stunned. He thought my saying I had a child was just an excuse to refuse the blind date. Now, not only did I have a child, but I wasn't even sure who the mother was. The Wang family reputation is utterly ruined. Bebe had a wonderful time at my house. She ate the delicious steamed egg custard, played cards with Grandma, and watched cartoons that Mommy usually wouldn't let her watch. She didn't want to leave now. Bebe, it's time to go home now. Great-Grandpa is waiting for you outside, I said softly, holding her. Bebe's face showed reluctance. Then, is Daddy coming with me? Daddy can't leave right now, but Daddy promises Bebe that whenever Bebe comes to look for Daddy, Daddy will always be here waiting for you. How does that sound? Really? Then can I come back tomorrow to find Daddy? I had to coax her for a long time before Bebe agreed. I carried her out. Grandpa Yun's car was waiting at the street corner. Bebe, get in the car, we're going home. Bebe's big eyes immediately welled up with tears. But Bebe doesn't want to leave. Daddy, I finally found Daddy. I lovingly wiped away her tears. Bebe, didn't you promise Daddy you would come back to see him tomorrow? We pinky promised. Sleep well tonight. And tomorrow Daddy will take you to the amusement park, okay? I also want to play in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Okay, I promise you. I also want to play with sand at the beach. No problem. I also want to ride the super bumper cars. You can. I also want to ride the roller coaster. No, that's too dangerous. After agreeing to many of Bebe's demands, she finally let go of my neck, kissed me on the cheek, and said, Daddy, I'm going now. I'll still come back to see you tomorrow. The car gradually drove away. It wasn't until it turned the corner that I turned back, feeling a sense of loss. Bebe, did you have fun at Daddy's house tonight? It was so much fun. Grandma's steamed egg custard was delicious, and Grandma has a big cat that's so much fun to play with. Looking at Bebe's excited face, Grandpa Yun's eyes showed a hint of relief. It seems a child needs a father's companionship to grow up healthy. As soon as I got home, my father and mother were ready for a double attack. Bebe is really your child? My granddaughter? I nodded. If nothing unexpected happens, she is your granddaughter. Bebe is 3 years old, which means you had just graduated from college 4 years ago. You did such a thing to a girl and then left her so irresponsibly. How can you face the lessons I taught you? Tell me, who is Bebe's mother? I spoke weakly. Bebe's mother is called Xiaoyao. She's a very pretty and sweet girl. I've never heard you mention this girl before. Are you lying to me? My mother was on the verge of tears. I don't remember when I met a girl named Xiaoyao either, I said. I don't care what you think right now. The flesh and blood of the Wang family must return to the Wang family. No matter what you have to do, I want Bebe to acknowledge her ancestors, and I want Xiaoyao to become the daughter-in-law of the Wang family. Do you understand? I took a deep breath and said seriously, I will. On the other side, Grandpa Yun was on the phone with his granddaughter. Tsai, are you still busy? Grandpa, I just finished work. What's wrong? Did Bebe misbehave? Bebe is very well behaved. I have something I want to talk to you about. I recently found a good young man. Grandpa, I told you I have my personal life under control. Please don't interfere. This one is different. Bebe likes him too. When are you coming back to meet him? I'll think about it when I get back. Lin Qingyao hung up the phone, her beautiful face showing a serious expression. She didn't know which one of her suitors had managed to persuade her grandfather and win Bebe's favor. They must be deeply scheming. No matter who you are, if you try to get close to me using such despicable means, I will absolutely refuse. The next day, I woke up with a tenderness in my chest. Opening my eyes, I saw a face radiating an angelic smile. Daddy, you're awake. I was a little surprised. Bebe, when did you get here? Daddy is a sleepyhead. Baby has been here for a long time, and Daddy was still sleeping. Bebe giggled, seemingly filled with joy just by seeing me. I carefully picked up Bebe. Bebe, who brought you here? Great-grandpa brought me, and then he left. Daddy, I'm hungry! I quickly picked up Bebe and went out. My mother had already prepared the food. After washing up, the family sat down together to eat. My mother quietly asked me, "The old man who brought Bebe over today, is he Bebe's mother's grandfather? His family must be quite well off, right?" I thought for a moment. Someone who travels with several bodyguards must have a significant background. Then the chances of you marrying Bebe's mother must be quite low, right? Mom, don't worry about that. Bebe is my child. I will definitely do what I promised you. My mother was still worried, but there was no use dwelling on it now. Whose fault was it that her son made a mistake back then? After eating, I took the delighted Bebe out. We were going to the amusement park today. Upon arriving at the amusement park, Bebe was immediately drawn to the children's stage near the entrance. The actors, dressed in fairy tale costumes, were performing enthusiastically. Bebe's face instantly lit up with excitement. Daddy, I want to watch this. I looked and saw that our spot was behind the crowd, so the view wasn't good at all. Bebe, do you want to experience being lifted high up? Like riding a big horse? Yes. Bebe quickly raised her little hands happily. I picked up Bebe and placed her on my shoulders. Bebe's view immediately opened up. Daddy, you're amazing! Daddy, look quickly! The princess is so beautiful! Daddy, do you think the princess can defeat the bad dark magic villain? Daddy, the princess is in danger! Hurry and protect the princess! Although I didn't know which fairy tale Bebe was talking about, I really enjoyed our conversation. This spiritual fulfillment made me feel incredibly peaceful and warm inside. Afterward, I took Bebe to ride the bumper cars and the carousel. All along the way, Bebe's laughter filled the air. At this point, Bebe's expression changed. Daddy, I need to go to the bathroom. I realized that it had been over 2 hours since we left the house, and Bebe was a small child, so of course she couldn't hold it. Then Daddy will take you to the bathroom, okay? However, when we arrived at the restroom, I was in a difficult situation. The women's restroom was packed, and I certainly couldn't let Bebe go into the women's restroom alone. What if she falls, gets hurt, or runs into a trafficker? Daddy, I can't hold it. Bebe anxiously stomped her feet, her big eyes starting to cloud with moisture. I was anxious too. I looked at the long queue for the women's restroom and finally found a young woman who was also with her daughter. Fortunately, she was willing to help me take Bebe to the restroom. Just as I was waiting outside the restroom, someone called my name from behind. I turned around and saw sanjaykouo, my ex-girlfriend from university. And standing next to her was Yang Wei, the rich second generation who had stolen her from me. Is something wrong? I asked calmly. sanjaykouo looked me up and down, a hint of surprise in her eyes. She hadn't expected the big change in my figure and demeanor. I had become so much more masculine. I heard you were devastated after what happened with me and went abroad right after graduation. I actually felt quite guilty about it. But you look well now, and in good spirits. I'm relieved, I scoffed. Devastated over you? Do you think what you're saying to me now has any meaning? Or is it just to highlight your sweet, pure White Lotus persona? Who gave you the nerve to talk to my fiancé like that? Yang Wei couldn't help but glare at me and grit his teeth. What do you think you are? You're not even a fart in front of me. Oh yeah. Well, I'm different. In my eyes, you are at most a fart. Yang Wei was furious. Wang Ye, haven't you learned your lesson from 4 years ago? With just one word from me, there will be no place for you in all of Haicheng. What? Are you going to use the same tricks from 4 years ago to deal with me? Do you really think Haicheng belongs to your Yang family? Wang Ye, you're going too far. sanjaykouo's eyes showed disappointment. I thought that after I left you, you would strive for success, but it looks like you are as unchanged as ever. I am very glad that I haven't changed at all, I said to Yang Wei with emotion. Actually, I still admire you quite a bit. I initially thought your interest in sanjaykouo was just a fling, but I didn't expect you two to actually get engaged. That's not easy. There are too few rich second-generation men as devoted as you these days. I think my previous view of you was a bit biased. Yang Wei was confused. For a moment, he couldn't tell if I was complimenting him or insulting him. This guy is insulting you and your sister-in-law. A man next to him, unable to stand it, cautiously reminded Yang Wei. Yang Wei, getting angry, was about to grab my shirt. "Let go of my daddy!" Just then, Bebe came out of the restroom and immediately rushed forward to push Yang Wei. "Where did this little brat come from? Get lost!" Bebe was startled, her big eyes showing a hint of fear, but she still bit her lip and stepped forward. "I won't let you bully my daddy." "Your daddy?" Yang Wei looked at Bebe, then at me. "Wang Ye, is this your little bastard?" He didn't finish his sentence before I slapped him across the face. Disbelief flashed in Yang Wei's eyes. "Do you know who I am?" My face was grim. I hadn't wanted to get tangled up with these people, but I hadn't expected him to dare call Bebe a bastard right in front of me. Yang Wei was about to say something threatening, but suddenly he felt as if his wrist was caught in an iron vice. The immense strength felt like it was about to crush his hand. "Apologize to my daughter, right now. Let go of young Master Wei. Let go of my brother Wei." The other two men rushed over resolutely. A cold smile played on my lips. I casually delivered 2 kicks, sending them flying. "Apologize or I'll crush your hand." "Wang Ye, that's enough. Do you know what you are doing?" Lin Qiaoyu rushed forward and pointed at me. "Can't you stop making me completely disappointed in you?" I rolled my eyes at her. "Lin Qiaoyu, what do you think you are? You don't actually think you have such great charm that I've been pining for you all this time, do you?" Lin Qiaoyu's face went pale. She looked at me in disbelief. When had he ever used such a tone to speak to her? Was all of this just because Yang Wei had insulted that little girl? The pain was unbearable for Yang Wei. "I'm sorry, I apologize. Is that enough? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have insulted you just now and I shouldn't have yelled at you." I released my grip. "Get lost." A deep bruise was left on Yang Wei's wrist. His entire arm felt sore and numb and he couldn't lift it. "Wang Yi, you just wait. As long as I, Yang Wei, am in Haicheng for 1 day, I will make sure you can't survive." Lin Qiaoyu and her group followed behind Yang Wei. But before leaving, she gave me a long look, her eyes seemingly holding a complex emotion. "Bebe, don't be afraid. Daddy is here." I picked up Bebe and comforted her gently. Bebe hugged my neck and smiled. "Bebe is not afraid. Daddy scared the bad man away." I breathed a sigh of relief. Thankfully, it hadn't left any trauma on Bebe. "Bebe, what do you want to play next? Daddy will spend the whole day playing with you, okay?" "Yes!" She happily gave me a peck on the cheek. "Bebe loves Daddy the most!" That evening, I took the reluctant Bebe away from the amusement park. "Daddy, where are you going to take me to play tomorrow?" "How about the seaside?" I had promised Bebe yesterday that we would go to the beach. "Wow! That's great! Daddy is the best!" On the other side, after Lin Qingyao finished studying the script and lines for tomorrow, it was already late. Her phone rang. Seeing the name on the screen, a rare look of tenderness and a smile appeared on her face. Bebe's eyes curved into crescent moons as she smiled. "Mommy, when are you coming home?" Lin Qingyao shifted into a more comfortable position. "What's wrong? You miss Mommy so soon?" "Bebe misses Mommy, but didn't Mommy say she'd be away for about a month this time? It's only been less than a week." Disappointment crept onto Bebe's face. Lin Qingyao quickly changed the subject. "What did Bebe do today? Did anything fun happen? Tell Mommy about it." When that was mentioned, Bebe's face instantly lit up with excitement. "Mommy, let me tell you. I went to the amusement park with Daddy today. There were so many people. Daddy even put me on his shoulders, and I became so tall. Daddy also took me on the bumper cars, but Daddy doesn't know how to drive and I kept bumping him." With every sentence Bibi spoke, Lin Qingyao's face grew a shade darker. She had never expected Grandpa to let that man take Bebe out to play alone. Even she hadn't had the chance to take Bebe to the amusement park. Bebe's first time had been stolen by a man just like that. What worried her even more was that after just 1 day, Bebe was already so fond of that man. If they were allowed to interact for another half a month, she didn't dare imagine the consequences. What a scheming man. He's trying to save the country through a circuitous route by charming my daughter first. I will absolutely not let you succeed. Hanging up the phone, she took a deep breath and called the director. "I need to take 3 days of leave for a personal matter. Yes, I promise I'll catch up on the progress when I get back." Her manager, Chenji, looked confused. "Qingyao, what are you doing? What happened that you need to leave the set? I have a private matter to deal with. I'll be back in 3 days. I'll leave things here in your care. With that, Lin Qingyao picked up her suitcase and walked out. This scheming man, to pursue me. He's using a circuitous route to win over my daughter. I will absolutely not let you succeed. At the most luxurious villa area in Haicheng, Lin Qingyao walked into the villa, looking travel-worn. Grandpa Yun looked surprised to see her. Xiaoyao, why are you back? Didn't you say you would be busy for a month? Lin Qingyao rolled her eyes. If she didn't return, her precious daughter would soon belong to someone else. Grandpa, I have something I want to ask you. Did you send Bei to that guy's place today? Grandpa Yun smiled slightly. Yes. Did Bei tell you? Bei was so happy today. I've never seen her this happy before. Grandpa, aren't you worried that man might treat Bei badly? No, don't worry. I sent people to follow them secretly, and I know exactly what they did all day. By the way, since you're back, I'll arrange for you two to meet tomorrow. You'll be greatly surprised. Lin Qingyao frowned. She didn't know what kind of spell the man had cast on Grandpa to make him so comfortable entrusting Bei to him. She hadn't taken me seriously before, but now she felt deeply threatened. Grandpa, I don't know who that person is, and I don't want to know who he is. I won't let Bei see him again. You don't even know who he is? And you're dismissing him so easily? Grandpa Yun smiled faintly. Isn't it nice to give each other a chance? There's no need, but Bei will be very sad. A child will cry for 2 days and be fine, Lin Qingyao said through gritted teeth. Short-term pain is better than long-term pain. Then don't you want to know why Bei likes him so much? Lin Qingyao paused at his words. Grandpa Yun continued. I know you're a child with strong opinions, but sometimes you have to look into things more deeply to know the truth. How about this? You meet him tomorrow. If you still don't think he's suitable, then I will never interfere with your matters again. How about that? Lin Qingyao frowned slightly. Fine, but you don't need to arrange it. I'll arrange it myself tomorrow. The next day, I woke up at 6 a.m. thinking Bei would wake up in my arms again, but she wasn't here yet. I frowned. After washing up and leaving the bedroom, I saw the dining table laden with a rich breakfast. Seafood shrimp congee, steamed chicken rolls, and steamed egg custard. I asked in confusion, is all this for Bei? My mother said righteously, of course. I prepared it for my granddaughter. You two are just basking in her reflected glory. My father chuckled beside her. Your mother spent the entire day yesterday muttering about not making something delicious for Bei this morning. She got up early to fuss over this. Call now and ask when Bei is coming over. I was speechless. When I was a child, I was the family's great treasure. But ever since my mother found out Bei was my child, my status in the family had visibly plummeted. But before I could call, the doorbell rang. Is that Bei? My eyes lit up, and I rushed to open the door. However, standing outside was a young woman wearing a mask. Although the mask hid her true appearance, I was still struck by her beauty. Her figure was tall and slender, and the exposed skin glowed with a fair, delicate sheen. Especially her long, flowing hair added to her feminine charm. Excuse me, whom are you looking for? The woman's eyes seemed slightly startled, staring straight at me. Just then, a little head popped out from behind her. The small head was wearing a little red hat and looked absolutely adorable. Daddy, I'm here. Bei, come in quickly. I immediately knelt down and picked up Bei. Did you miss Daddy last night? Bei answered very seriously. Of course I did. Did Daddy miss Bei? Absolutely. Then can Daddy sleep with Bei tonight and tell Bei stories? I felt a slight awkwardness. I can tell you that story today? Let's not talk about that for now. Grandma made you delicious food. Let's eat together. My mother smiled like a flower when she saw Bei. Bei, come sit next to Grandma. Then, my mother noticed the woman standing behind me, a hint of surprise in her eyes. What a graceful girl. Could this be Bei's mother? I turned to look at the masked woman. Excuse me, I didn't get a chance to greet you just now. Are you? I am Bei's home tutor. My name is Qing. I was a little confused, but I politely invited her. Would you like to eat with us? The woman shook her head. Bei and I have already eaten. No thank you. Hearing this, my mother looked disappointed. Seeing the sadness on Grandma's face, Bei quickly said, Grandma, Can I eat a little more? My mother smiled then. Noticing the woman was still wearing a mask, I couldn't help but say, Miss Ching Ching, you don't need to wear a mask inside, do you? I have a slight cold recently, so to avoid spreading it to you, I should keep the mask on. I shrugged. Well, it wasn't my discomfort. It's a pity, though. I didn't get a chance to take a picture of the great castle Bebe and I built. After eating, Bebe immediately opened her mouth. Daddy, let's go to the beach. I want to play in the sand. Okay, let Daddy tidy up quickly, and then I'll take you. At this point, Miss Ching Ching, who was nearby, said flatly, I'm coming with you today. I was taken aback. Isn't that a bit inconvenient? After all, it's just Bebe and me going out and bringing such a beautiful woman with us. Bebe mentioned your outing yesterday. If I'm there, you won't have to feel awkward or embarrassed when Bebe needs to go to the restroom, right? Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder Grandpa Yun sent Miss Ching Ching along today. I didn't even think of that point. I really am not a very competent father. Soon, I took Ching Ching and Bebe to the first bathing beach. Surrounded by mountains on 3 sides and facing the sea, with a flat and gentle shore and soft sand, this was the first choice for family outings. Squatting outside the changing rooms, I watched the women wearing less and less. I muttered to myself, if only I could filter out the older women, this would be a man's paradise. So, Mr. Wang likes that, huh? Well, I suppose long-legged beauties are quite pleasing to the eye. I turned to look at Ching Ching. Aren't you going to change into a swimsuit? She shook her head. No, I still have a cold and don't want to go into the sea. A cold is because you lack exercise. You should exercise more. Ching Ching smiled and didn't reply. You're out. Where's Bebe? I looked back with some concern. I've already helped Bebe put on her swimsuit. She's admiring herself in the mirror. Ching Ching glanced at me, noticing the well-defined muscles exposed on my body, which seemed to carry a unique charm. Daddy, Daddy! A clear voice came from behind. I turned around, and Bebe joyfully rushed into my arms. Daddy, look! Am I pretty? I gave her a doting smile. My Bebe is the prettiest! Let's go play in the sand and water! Wearing the children's swimsuit I had drawn from the system, Bebe looked like a little elf. Everyone who saw Bebe along the way showed a look of envy. What kind of perfect person could have a daughter like this? After grabbing a beach shovel and other children's toys, Bebe and I squatted on the sand and began to show off our skills. Daddy, I want to build a big castle. Okay. I built a tall wall around Bebe's castle to protect it, and so the 2 figures, one large and one small, dug in the sand. Behind us, Ching Ching's eyes showed a hint of tenderness, and a small smile appeared at the corner of her mouth. With my help, Bebe's grand castle was quickly finished. We were both very happy, as it was the father-daughter pair's first creation. Just then, a girl walking past suddenly slipped and stumbled towards me. I immediately rushed forward to shield Bebe. As a result, the girl sat right down on our masterpiece, completely destroying the castle. Seeing this, Ching Ching immediately stood up. She only relaxed when she confirmed Bebe was all right. I'm sorry, I slipped just now. The girl climbed up and quickly apologized. It's all right. Just be careful when you walk, I said with a sigh. Daddy, my castle is broken, Bebe pouted, tears welling up in her eyes. I felt a pang of heartache. Daddy will help you build it again, okay? The girl also looked very apologetic. I'm so sorry, little sister. How about I help you build it together? Saying that, she was about to squat down to help Bebe build the castle. I frowned slightly. Just as I was considering how to decline the girl's offer, Ching Ching walked over and looked at Bebe. Bebe, big sister apologized to you. What should you say? Bebe sniffled and said to the girl, It's okay, big sister. Daddy and I will build an even better castle later. Ching Ching nodded, then turned to the girl. Miss, I believe you were also careless and didn't intentionally stumble over, right? The girl felt a domineering aura emanating from Ching Ching, which made her a little scared and uneasy. She forced an awkward smile. Of course, how could I do it on purpose? Ching Ching nodded. I thought so too, so this was just an accident, and you don't need to apologize too much. If I'm not mistaken, your friends are over there, right? Don't keep them waiting. The girl's face flushed instantly. She stood up a little flustered. Then I'll be going now! I'm sorry! Watching the girl retreat in embarrassment, I blinked my eyes, completely unaware that the two women had already engaged in a tense exchange. Ching Ching squatted down and said dotingly to Bebe, "Bebe, let's build a big castle together, okay?" I was a little surprised. Why is Miss Ching Ching suddenly joining our castle construction? 2.5 minutes later, an even bigger sandcastle was built. Bebe's rosy little face was also covered with fine sand. "Daddy, I want to take a picture with Mommy Ching Ching." Ching Ching curved her lips into a smile. "How about I take a picture of the two of you instead?" "Yay! Yay!" Bebe immediately hugged my neck and made a V sign towards the phone. I also smiled and made the same gesture with Bebe. Ching Ching took 2 steps back, holding the camera. 3, 2, 1. Suddenly, she was forcefully pushed from behind by a man. She stumbled forward. I quickly rushed up and caught Ching Ching just before she fell. "What do you think you're doing?" Although I was holding her close, I was furious. If I hadn't caught Ching Ching in time, she would have fallen headfirst into the sand. "What's wrong? Who told you to stand in the way of our walk, you masked woman?" 3 youths with red and green dyed hair immediately surrounded us. "Apologize, or this isn't over." "This isn't over. We're so scared," the yellow-haired youth on the left exaggeratedly said. "What? Are you gonna beat us up?" I took a deep breath. "So you're not planning to apologize? You're not that young anymore. Can you stop being so naive? Do you think this is still school? However, if you let the masked woman let us touch her, I might consider an apology." The moment the words left his mouth, I delivered a kick, instantly sending the speaker flying. "You F-hysteric dare to hit our brother?" the other yellow-haired youth roared in anger. "It looks like you won't be leaving alive today." I turned to Ching Ching and smiled slightly. "Take Bebe and step back. I'll deal with these punks first." Ching Ching nodded, then pulled Bebe back a few steps. I shook my wrist. I had just drawn the super fighting technique from the system yesterday, and already some punks were showing up looking for trouble. It looks like I'll have to show off my skills. "Go together!" the yellow-haired leader yelled in a low voice. A hint of disdain flashed in my eyes. With just 2 simple kicks, I sent the remaining youths flying again. The fight quickly drew the attention of many people. A crowd soon gathered. While everyone marveled at my incredible strength, they also felt a sense of doubt about me. Why does this person look so familiar? I feel like I've seen him recently. Is he a celebrity? Suddenly, someone in the crowd yelled, "He's the hero who saved people at the car accident scene yesterday." The mention of the hero who saved people at the car accident scene immediately made the memories clear for many people. His strength really is considerable. Was the video from yesterday real? Noticing the commotion of the crowd, a sense of vigilance flashed in Ching Ching's eyes. She thought she had been recognized. At that moment, the lifeguards from the bathing beach rushed over. My expression changed. I immediately scooped up Bebe and grabbed Ching Ching's hand. "Let's go, quickly!" After running to a secluded corner, Ching Ching pouted. "Can you let go of my hand now?" I chuckled awkwardly and released Ching Ching's soft hand. I had run too fast just now, but Miss Ching Ching's hand really is soft. Why did we have to run just now? They were the ones who started the trouble. I said innocently, "They did start the trouble, but I was the one who threw the first punch. If I hadn't run, I might have been taken to the station for tea." Ching Ching nodded in realization. "Thank you for what you did earlier." "It's nothing. You're Bebe's home tutor. I can't just stand by and watch you get bullied when you're out with me." As I said this, my expression changed, and a hint of suspicion flashed in my eyes. The system's voice had just echoed in my mind. Ding! Congratulations, host, for obtaining 1 point of joy value from Lin Qingyao. This Ching Ching's real name is Lin Qingyao, but why does that name sound so familiar? Lin Qingyao noticed my confusion and pretended to be calm. "Why are you looking at me? I'm just curious. Don't you feel stuffy wearing a mask all the time?" Lin Qingyao's eyes widened, and she didn't speak. I felt a little uneasy under her gaze. "Forget it. If you don't mind the stuffiness, I'm not going to worry about it. It's just a shame that we didn't get a chance to take a picture of the big castle Bebe and I built. Would you like me to find out more information about the name Lin Qingyao, or look into the car accident video mentioned in the story?" "Daddy, you were so awesome just now. You beat up those bad guys who were bullying bullying teacher, in just a few moves." Bebe almost let slip again in her excitement. She carefully glanced at Lin Qingyao, saw that her mother didn't react, and then beamed again. But why won't Mommy let Daddy know her identity? "Of course! Daddy is Bebe's Superman, I lovingly stroked Beibei's head. Beibei, what should we play next? Beibei's eyes lit up. I want to go to the water park. Okay, Daddy will take you later. I turned to Ching Ching and asked, are you coming with us? I didn't bring a swimsuit, so I won't go. I'll wait for you two at the milk tea shop outside. I didn't insist. I had only asked out of courtesy anyway. Still, I was a little curious about what Lin Qingyao would look like in a swimsuit. The water park had many attractions. After playing a few of them, Beibei was getting tired, so we found a spot to rest. Beibei, Daddy wants to ask you a few questions, okay? Beibei nodded her little head obediently. Okay. What does teacher King Ching usually teach you? And when did she become your teacher? At this moment, Lin Qingyao was comfortably drinking milk tea, hiding in the milk tea shop. A playful smile appeared on her face. I didn't expect the person Grandpa mentioned to be Wang Yi. Suddenly, some reporters approached from a distance. She immediately became vigilant. If her identity was exposed, Baby's identity would likely be revealed too. However, the group of reporters walked in another direction. Just as I walked out of the water park with Beibei, I heard a shout of surprise. They're out! He's finally out! Immediately, a crowd of people swarmed us. I was startled. I looked closely and realized that this group of people were reporters. Hello, are you the hero who saved people at the car accident scene yesterday? A pretty female reporter held a microphone so close it almost poked my mouth. The hero who saved people at the car accident scene? I frowned. I'm sorry, you have the wrong person. My main task today is to play with Beibei, and I'm not willing to waste my precious time with her. The reporters were stunned. Sir, you are clearly the hero who saved people yesterday. Why are you denying it? Hai Cheng is currently heavily promoting your courageous rescue story. Can you spare some time for an interview? Can you tell us what you were thinking at the time? Weren't you scared? I was speechless. These reporters were indeed persistent. It seemed they wouldn't give up unless I admitted it. All right, I admit it. I did save someone at the car accident scene yesterday. However, as you can see, I need to spend time with my daughter and really don't have time for an interview. How about we arrange another time? The female reporter quickly said, we won't take up much of your time. My face turned cold. I'm very sorry, but I really don't have time. Either we schedule another time or I won't accept an interview today. Seeing my firm attitude, the female reporter had no choice but to back down. After setting up a time for the interview, they finally left. I brought Beibei to the milk tea shop and looked at Lin Qingyao with a complicated expression. Miss Ching Ching, it's almost noon. How about we go eat first? Lin Qingyao nodded, just about to say something, when the door of the milk tea shop was suddenly flung open. Instantly, over 100 thugs poured in, completely surrounding us. At this moment, the thugs had me, Beibei, and Lin Qingyao cornered in the milk tea shop. Kid, you're quite arrogant, aren't you? You dare to lay a hand on my men. Sure enough, beat the younger ones, and the older ones show up. The space here was so confined, and I also had to protect Beibei and Lin Qingyao. This was very disadvantageous for me. Why aren't you so arrogant now, kid? The thug who had just been beaten up looked triumphant. I frowned. So what are you planning to do? If a simple apology is all it takes, I'm not entirely against it. After all, what does it matter if I swallow my pride for my daughter? As for breaking a leg, that was out of the question. The leader of the thugs sneered. You hit my man. You insulted me. You have two choices now. First, immediately kneel down and crawl between my legs. The matter will be settled. Second, I will break the leg you used to kick my man. My expression was grim. As a father, I certainly couldn't leave a bad impression on my daughter. A fierce look flashed in my eyes. Is there no other way besides these two? I can offer some compensation to these three little thugs. Who the hell wants your lousy money? If you really want to compensate, how about you compensate us with your wife? Her figure looks like she tastes pretty good, brother. Before he could finish his sentence, I had already delivered a kick, and this time I sent the thug flying directly into the group of people behind him. I was furious. This kick thoroughly stunned everyone present. Is this guy an idiot? There are so many people here, where does he get the courage to strike? Get him! Break his arms and legs, as the leader shouted. My fists rained down on the crowd like a storm. With the system's super fighting technique and super strength, I managed to fend off the attacks of 20 men. A hint of panic flashed in Bebe's eyes. "Mommy, I'm scared." Lin Qingyao reached out and hugged Bebe tightly. "Bebe, don't be afraid. Daddy is Superman. He will definitely protect Bebe." She looked at me, who was shielding them, and a tender look appeared in her eyes. "Both 4 years ago and now, you've always stood in front of me when I was in danger. Is this fate?" 2.5 minutes later, I truly realized my own strength. I had expected to be at a disadvantage against 20 people, but once the fight started, I realized how weak they were. The ground was now littered with thugs, and painful cries echoed throughout the milk tea shop. The thug leader finally panicked. "What the F***? Is this guy even human? Why are you running? Didn't you come here to get your honor back? What, you don't want it anymore? Wang Yi, don't think you're so great just because you can fight. I'm telling you, fighting doesn't count for anything in this society." I narrowed my eyes. "You know me?" The thug was stunned and quickly denied it. I don't know you. I'm here to avenge my little brothers." "I never told you my name, but you just called me Wang Yi. That means you know me. So the so-called revenge was elaborately planned, and your little brothers were deliberately looking for trouble. Tell me, who ordered you to cause trouble?" I don't. No one is supporting me." I slapped him again, knocking out his teeth. Just then, his phone rang. I snatched it and glanced at the screen. Young Master Yang. I knew who was behind the sabotage. I sneered and answered the call. "Chen Fa, have you taken care of the matter? It's just dealing with a little nobody named Wang Yi. Why is it taking so long?" Yang Wei's irascible voice came through the phone. I gave Chen Fa a look that was half smile, half sneer. Cold sweat poured down Chen Fa's face, but he was cursing Yang Wei in his heart. Yang Wei had only said he wanted to deal with a clueless little scoundrel, but he never said the scoundrel was a cheat-enabled scoundrel. I don't care what method you use. I want Wang Yi to be completely unable to survive in Haicheng. Do you understand? I sighed. I say, Yang Wei, I'm your elder after all. Isn't what you're doing a little dishonest? You're Wang Yi? How do you have Chen Fa's phone? Where is Chen Fa? I was just having a friendly conversation with Brother Fa. Now we're brothers who've hit it off. Do you think Brother Fa can still listen to you and deal with me? Yang Wei was stunned for a moment, then flew into a rage. Wang Yi, who the F*** are you calling your elder? I chuckled. Don't they say a woman is a university? We both graduated from the same university, so of course I'm your elder. Yang Wei was furious and felt like he was the one who picked up the old shoes. With a green tint over his head, I scoffed. All right, stop your impotent rage. Do you think Haicheng belongs to your Yang family? Do you think I, Wang Yi, am the same Wang Yi from 4 years ago? You want to drive me out of Haicheng? I'll be waiting. Half an hour later, in a private room at a restaurant, I was meticulously shelling shrimp for Bebe. After she ate her fill, Bebe quickly grew drowsy and fell asleep on the nearby sofa. It was time to talk business with Lin Qingyao. I glanced at her. Are you not going to eat anything? I'm on a diet recently. I don't want to eat. I sighed. Are you worried about how you look? Don't worry, I, Wang Yi, am not a superficial man. Besides, you're Bebe's mother. A hint of surprise flashed in Lin Qingyao's eyes. How did you know? Did you think Bebe could keep a secret from me? She's only a 3-year-old girl. I just asked her casually, and she told me everything. Bebe, who was sound asleep nearby, had no idea that her favorite daddy had betrayed her so easily. Lin Qingyao looked at Bebe with a sense of helplessness, then took off her mask. The entire private room seemed to light up instantly. She smiled. Wang Yi, it's been a long time. I blinked. A long time? I'm sorry, have we met before? When did we meet? With Lin Qingyao's looks, if I had met her before, I absolutely wouldn't have forgotten. Lin Qingyao smiled, then pulled a piece of paper from her small handbag. Take a look at this first. I took it. It was a paternity test report, which clearly stated that Bebe and I have a biological parent-child relationship. When did Lin Qingyao get this done? However, this paternity test also relieved me. I had been worried that Lin Qingyao wouldn't acknowledge me as Bebe's father, but it seemed that worry was unnecessary. I imagine you have some doubts. I heard from Grandpa that Bebe has been very attached to someone recently, but I didn't expect that person to be you. Lin Qingyao looked into my eyes gently. Wang Yi, Do you remember a night 4 years ago when you saved a girl who fell into the water at Oriental Movie City? Lin Qingyao's words were like a flash of lightning, dispelling all my previous confusion. 4 years ago, Oriental Movie City. At that time, I had just been betrayed by my ex-girlfriend and was traveling nearby to clear my mind. Seeing someone struggling in the river, I jumped in without hesitation. The winter river water was bitterly cold, and I spent a great deal of effort to rescue the person who had fallen into the water. However, at that time, the woman's lips were blue with cold, and she couldn't speak. I had no choice but to take her back to the hotel I was staying at. Unexpectedly, when I woke up the next morning, the girl had disappeared. Could that girl be Lin Qingyao? Lin Qingyao blinked playfully. Yes. Are you surprised? I was confused. I remembered not doing anything to Lin Qingyao at the time. Could it be that my wild side came out at night and I don't remember it? Otherwise, how did Bebe come about? A sense of self-reproach appeared on my face when I thought of this. I'm sorry. Lin Qingyao was taken aback. Why are you apologizing to me? I did something to hurt you after all. You must have been very miserable, and must hate me these past few years. Lin Qingyao knew I had misunderstood. Back then, she had secretly run away to Oriental Movie City with the dream of becoming a big star, hiding it from her family. She thought she could make a name for herself with her own ability, but reality had dealt Lin Qingyao a heavy blow. Not only did she fail to achieve her dream, but she was also introduced to a drinking party by an unscrupulous director, and he even drugged her drink. Fortunately, she noticed in time and rushed out, falling into the water while trying to evade her pursuers. And that's when I saved her. The medicine took effect in the middle of the night, but I was sleeping like a log due to a slight fever, so the entire process was initiated by Lin Qingyao. However, it's better if Wang Yi misunderstands. It would be difficult for her to explain the actual situation. I never hated you. After all, if it weren't for you, I would have frozen to death in the river. Lin Qingyao looked at me seriously. Now that you know Bebe's identity, what are you gonna do? Since I know Bebe is my daughter, I will definitely take up the responsibility of being a father. I looked at Lin Qingyao just as seriously. If you are willing, I will also take up the responsibility of taking care of you and my daughter. Responsibility? Lin Qingyao smoothed her long hair. That momentary charm made me lose my mind a little, and I unconsciously swallowed. Lin Qingyao's unintentional movement was too alluring. Well, if I were to say that I've fallen in love with you now, would you think I'm a lecher? Lin Qingyao blinked. What's wrong? I look like this. It's not surprising for you to fall in love with me, is it? Okay, I admit it. The moment you took off your mask, my heart skipped a beat. I scratched my head and confessed. Since she was the mother of my daughter, being direct was fine. Hearing my reply, a satisfied smile appeared on Lin Qingyao's lips. Then let's discuss the serious business now. Bebe's growth cannot lack a father's companionship, so I hope you can be a full-time, stay-at-home dad. Because of my job, I sometimes only come home once every few months, and my care and companionship for Bebe are severely lacking. So I hope you can sacrifice your career and focus on the family. That way, I can fully immerse myself in my work without any distractions. Lin Qingyao looked a little uneasy after saying this. She knew that such a request was difficult for a man to agree to. Then, can I ask what kind of job you are currently engaged in? Lin Qingyao looked at me in shock. You don't know what I do now? I was stunned. Connecting it with her previous appearance at Oriental Movie City, I asked, are you still in the entertainment industry? Lin Qingyao nodded faintly. I took a deep breath. They say the entertainment industry is a great dive at, and people's hearts are complex. What if something happens to you, a girl? Again. Seeing my sincere expression, a smile appeared on Lin Qingyao's face. But if I don't work, how can I afford to raise Bebe? Are you going to support me? I'll support you, I answered without hesitation. Lin Qingyao smiled brightly. Okay, let me consider it. If I really can't make it in the industry anymore, you have to remember what you said today. Just then, her phone rang. She glanced at it and said to me, it's my manager. Then she answered the phone right in front of me. I looked at Lin Qingyao's perfect profile and felt a rush of emotion. I didn't expect Bebe's mother to be the girl I saved 4 years ago. Recently, a question had occurred to me. Grandpa Yun always had several bodyguards with him when he went out, which suggested the Yun family was not an ordinary family. If that was the case, How could Lin Qingyao have been? I pulled out my phone and typed the name Lin Qingyao into the search bar. Information about Lin Qingyao instantly flooded the screen. Lin Qingyao, an artist under Yunxiang Xingchen Entertainment Company. In less than 3 years, she has released 3 albums, starred in 4 TV series, and 2 major movies. She is a triple threat in film, television, and music. Her Weibo fans have surpassed 50 million, making her the top young artist. I was shocked by this news. With her current fame, she must be earning tens of millions a year, right? How can I afford to support her? Done checking my information. When did you finish the call, I wonder? Lin Qingyao was done with her call and was looking at me with a slight smile. I looked awkward. Done checking. I didn't expect you to be so famous now. That's right. So if you want to support me, it won't be an easy task. Lin Qingyao stretched languidly, showing off her graceful figure. Because of my family's situation, I'm doing quite well in the entertainment industry, so for the time being, I have no plans to leave it. However, I also don't want Bebe to bear undue attention and focus because of my dream and my work. After all, she needs a healthy and happy childhood. That's why I hope you can sacrifice yourself and stay by Bebe's side. Of course, all household expenses will be covered by me. Once Bebe starts school, you can still do things you like. What do you think? Lin Qingyao looked at me very seriously, her voice carrying a hint of pleading. I looked up at Lin Qingyao's flawless face and nodded firmly. Okay. Lin Qingyao looked surprised. You don't have any conditions? I shook my head. To meet you again and to find my daughter, this is the greatest gift God has given me. As for being a full-time stay-at-home dad, isn't that a very happy thing to do? Lin Qingyao breathed a sigh of relief. I carefully looked at Lin Qingyao. Then, what do you plan to do about our relationship? Lin Qingyao winked playfully. What are your thoughts? If possible, I hope to take on the responsibility of caring for you and protecting you. But if you have other ideas, I respect your decision. You silly man. Lin Qingyao rolled her eyes at me in a charming way, which made my heart thump. Lin Qingyao's casual movements are too captivating. Will you unconditionally agree to any decision I make? I nodded, my voice resolute. Yes. Then it's easy. A playful look in her eyes, Lin Qingyao smoothed her hair. As Bebe's father, you must live with us. I have a villa in Dingxing Garden, so you need to move in and live with us. And you said you would take responsibility for me. Coincidentally, I'm single right now. Since that's the case, we can be together. But before we officially get together, you have to pass my test, okay? My eyes widened. Lin Qingyao was actually considering being with me. Although we had a fateful encounter 4 years ago, the current Lin Qingyao was the goddess of millions and came from a very prominent family. Looking at Lin Qingyao's delicate face, my heartbeat couldn't help but speed up. I stammered, no problem. Lin Qingyao smoothed her beautiful hair, her eyes filled with a teasing smile. If you can accept all of this, then when should we get our marriage license? Okay, what? Get our marriage license? I looked surprised my mind hadn't caught up yet. Lin Qingyao nodded. Yes, get our marriage license. Is there a problem? Or do you just want to play with my feelings and not take serious responsibility? No, of course not. I just think it might be a little too fast. Are you really sure? This happiness came so suddenly that I felt like I was dreaming. Too fast? Are you saying you don't have confidence in being a good father? Or you don't have confidence in being a good husband? Lin Qingyao rested her chin on her hand, looking at me with interest. Looking into Lin Qingyao's clear eyes, a surge of impulse and courage rushed through me. Since you've given me this opportunity, I will definitely prove it to you. I, Wang Ye, will not only be a good husband, but also a good father. Lin Qingyao's eyes curved into a crescent moon, and she nodded in satisfaction. That's good. Ding! Congratulations, host, for obtaining 50 points of joy value from Lin Qingyao. I blinked. Harvesting 50 points of joy value at once? This meant Lin Qingyao was in a very good mood. Did it also mean she had a good impression of me? However, another question occurred to me. I still need to tell my family about getting the marriage license. After all, this is a major event. That's natural. I also need to formally visit your uncle and aunt, Lin Qingyao said with a smile. Do you think I'm such an insensible girl? I gave an awkward smile. Hearing Lin Qingyao's words, my heart finally settled. After Bibei woke up, Lin Qingyao took us to the shopping mall. As uncle and auntie's son, you should know their clothing sizes, right? I was a little surprised. Are you planning to buy clothes for my parents? Of course. This is my first formal visit. I can't show up empty-handed. Lin Qingyao rolled her eyes at me. After buying clothes, I'll buy a set of cosmetics for auntie and 2 bottles of good wine for uncle. I chuckled. Are you going to thoroughly charm your future in-laws? Lin Qingyao teased. Yes, of course I have to charm them. After all, I'll have to rely on their son to support me in the future. Century Mall is the largest shopping center in Haicheng. It houses various high-end brands. In the past, this was a place I kept my distance from, but following Lin Qingyao, I finally witnessed what it meant to spend money like water. Anything she liked, she swiped her card for, without even looking at the price. Soon, she bought over a dozen sets of clothes, several sets of high-end cosmetics, and 2 bottles of 20-year-aged mutai. I did a quick calculation, and these gifts alone amounted to hundreds of thousands. I sighed, knowing I could only redouble my efforts to take good care of the mother and daughter in the future. When we returned home with bags and boxes, my mom and dad were stunned. These items clearly looked extraordinary. Wang Ye, tell me clearly. My mother pulled me aside and whispered, Who is this Miss Qingqing? Why is she bringing so many things? Lin Qingyao took off her sunglasses and hat, revealing a stunningly flawless face to my parents. My mom and dad were completely frozen. This girl is truly beautiful. Even the big stars on TV are nothing compared to her. Quote, Mom, Dad, let me formally introduce you. This is Beibei's mother, Lin Qingyao. Beibei is Qingyao's and my child. Qingyao, these are my parents. You met them this morning. Uncle! Auntie! Hello! Lin Qingyao showed a warm and gentle smile. Beibei's mother? Isn't that the girl my son was irresponsible to? She's come knocking on our door. My mother immediately became nervous. Auntie, because of some misunderstandings in the past, Wang Yi and I were separated for a period of time. Now we're back together. So as a junior, I specifically came to visit you today and hope that you can agree to let us continue to be together and raise Beibei together. Lin Qingyao's voice was soft and her face held a sincere expression. My mother slapped my forehead. I was dumbfounded. Lin Qingyao is talking to you. Why are you hitting me? Does this mean you disapprove? You little brat. You lost such a good girl. I wish I could beat you to death. My mother glared at me angrily, then turned her face to Lin Qingyao and gently pulled her hand. Child, you've suffered these past few years. It's all our fault for not raising such a bastard properly. Lin Qingyao quickly said, Auntie, what are you saying? Wang Ye is actually a very good man, and I genuinely like him. Good child. If this Wang Yi brat dares to bully you in the future, just tell me, and your dad and I will deal with him properly. Lin Qingyao's eyes curved into a crescent moon. Okay, Auntie. With your words, I have a supreme sword. Wang Yi definitely won't dare to bully me. My mouth twitched. I knew my mother would like Lin Qingyao very much. Grandma, aren't you going to care about Beibei? Seeing Grandma continuously holding her mother's hand and talking, Beibei was a little jealous. She pulled on Grandma's skirt, looked up, and asked, Don't you like Beibei anymore? My mother quickly picked up Beibei. How could that be? You're my favorite granddaughter. How could I not like Beibei? Beibei's previously stiff little face finally broke into a smile. I took a sharp breath. My little princess was quite the jealous one. Did she inherit this from Lin Qingyao's personality? Does that mean Lin Qingyao is also a jealous person? Thinking of this, I couldn't help but glance at Lin Qingyao, only to find that she was also looking at me and gave me a playful, cute face. I can't take it. I can't take it. This is too cute. She's a mother already. How can she still be this adorable? Auntie, I have one more thing I want to talk to you and Uncle about. Lin Qingyao glanced at me and said, Should you say it, or should I? I coughed. I'll say it. After all, it's essentially announcing that I'm becoming the live-in son-in-law. No matter how open-minded my parents are, I worry this matter might weigh on their hearts. If I bring it up, even if they're unhappy, they'll only get angry at me, not Lin Qingyao. I explained the situation to my parents, and then left with Lin Qingyao and Beibei. I didn't expect Uncle and Auntie to be so open-minded, Lin Qingyao said, breathing a sigh of relief. She had been truly nervous about meeting my parents. I chuckled. Of course they are. They instantly got such a cute granddaughter, so they naturally agreed to everything. Lin Qingyao rolled her eyes at me. Let's go, I'll show you our new home. Are we taking a taxi? I asked curiously. Lin Qingyao shook her head. Taxis can't enter Dingsheng Garden. I already had the driver come and pick me up. As soon as she finished speaking, a black Mercedes slowly pulled up in front of us. Get in. I knew Lin Qingyao had an extraordinary background, so I wasn't overly surprised and got straight into the car. I held Bebe and sat next to Lin Qingyao. The orchid-like fragrance on her body instantly filled my nostrils. Moreover, in this confined space, I could clearly feel the warmth emanating from Lin Qingyao, which caused a slight surge of heat within me. I suddenly had the impulse to pull Lin Qingyao into my arms. The atmosphere in the car instantly became a little ambiguous. A little one was sandwiched between us, but neither of us spoke. Daddy, can you tell me a story today? Bebe looked up at me sleepily and asked. I nodded. Bebe, I'll tell you whatever story you want, okay? My voice was very gentle. Lin Qingyao couldn't help but glance at me and saw that my eyes were full of warmth. He should be able to become a very good father. I looked at Lin Qingyao, feeling a bit awkward. She rolled her eyes at me. If you have something to ask, just ask. I was a little embarrassed. Haha. Was what you said in front of my parents true? What was true? I said a lot of things in front of Uncle and Auntie. Which line are you talking about? The one where you said you genuinely liked me? Lin Qingyao's face instantly turned bright red. Ah, did I say that? You must have misheard. I didn't mishear, I insisted. I distinctly heard you say it. Lin Qingyao was still stubborn. I don't remember saying it. Bebe looked up. Mommy, you did say that. I was overjoyed. She truly is my intimate little cotton-padded jacket. I didn't expect her to give me such a great assist at this moment. Little child, what do you know? You must have misheard too. Bebe frowned her little brows. No, Bebe heard it very clearly. Lin Qingyao glanced at Bebe and said calmly, Really? I remember there's a bar of nut milk chocolate at home. Bebe's eyes immediately lit up, and she couldn't help but swallow. Lin Qingyao smiled kindly. Bebe, tell me again, did you mishear? Bebe fiddled with her little fingers, hesitating. In the end, her anticipation for chocolate won over justice and morals. Mommy, I might have misheard. Can I eat chocolate when we get home? Lin Qingyao said triumphantly. That depends on your behavior from now on. I was speechless. This girl was openly poaching my little cotton-padded jacket. However, seeing Lin Qingyao's smug look had a certain charm. Under my intense gaze, Lin Qingyao looked a little flustered. Uncle Ai, please turn on the air conditioning. Don't you think it's hot in the car? The driver, Uncle Ai, gave a wry smile but remained calm in his heart. The young miss, who has always been ruthless towards men, is actually flirting with a man. Mummy, I don't feel hot. Heh. Chocolate. Beibai instantly closed her mouth. Before long, the car drove into Dingsheng Garden. I looked around curiously. Luxury cars were everywhere. This truly was Haicheng's top-tier villa area. Miss Son-in-law, we've arrived. Hearing this, I froze. Son-in-law? I glanced at Lin Qingyao and found her expression calm. She must have tacitly approved of the driver's title, or perhaps the driver said it with her permission. Figuring this out, I was incredibly excited. It seemed that even though Lin Qingyao was stubborn with her words, she was very accepting of me in her heart. I was stunned when I got out of the car. Lin Qingyao's villa was clearly more than just a little bigger than the others. Inside the courtyard gate, there was even a small playground, obviously prepared for Bebe. The villa's main door opened, and 2 rows of butlers and maids in uniform walked out. Welcome, son-in-law. I was startled. These were all people who worked at the villa. There were too many. However, I was deeply touched. These people must have been instructed by Lin Qingyao. The son-in-law is so handsome. I always thought the miss didn't like men. I didn't expect her to bring a son-in-law home directly. What does this son-in-law do? How can he be worthy of the miss? Their eyes were filled with confusion. After all, judging by my attire, I was clearly not a rich person. His name is Wang Ye. He is Bebe's father and my husband. From today onward, he is your son-in-law. Even when I am not in Haicheng, he will live in the villa. Lin Qingyao scanned the room and said, You must respect him as much as you respect me. If I find anyone disrespecting Wang Ye, don't blame me for being ruthless. Listening to Lin Qingyao's words, I had a feeling that I had unintentionally fallen into a huge bowl of soft rice, being supported by a wealthy woman. Is this what it feels like to be kept? It's actually quite nice. A middle-aged woman around 40 walked over. "Miss, the food is ready. When should we start eating?" "Aunt Wong, I've already eaten outside." Lin Qingyao turned to me and said, "Wang Ye, this is Aunt Wong, who has been looking after me since I was a child. She is the housekeeper here now." I quickly said to Aunt Wang, "Hello, Aunt Wang." "Hello, son-in-law." Aunt Wang looked me up and down, a look of gratification in her eyes. The son-in-law is indeed a talented and handsome man. "Mommy, mommy!" Bebe pitifully tugged on Lin Qingyao's sleeve. "Did you promise me something?" Lin Qingyao pretended to be confused. "What did I promise you?" "Chocolate." Bebe looked expectant. Lin Qingyao coughed. "You just ate at Grandma's house. Why are you eating chocolate again? Besides, eating too much chocolate will give children cavities." Bebe pouted. "But Mommy promised me!" Lin Qingyao winked. "I only said I'd see, not that I definitely would give it to you." Bebe's mood instantly dropped. Lin Qingyao told Aunt Wang to take me around and familiarize myself with the place, and then she took Bebe to take a bath. "Son-in-law, this is the gym. This side is the Miss's study and music room. The Miss usually works here. This is the underground wine cellar. Every bottle of red wine here is priceless. This side is the swimming pool. The water here is filtered and disinfected every day, reaching drinking water standards. And here is the banquet hall, but the Miss doesn't have many friends, and even fewer that she would invite over, so this place is rarely used except for hosting elders." After a rough tour with Aunt Wang, I went from initial shock to final numbness. Is this the life of the rich? Sure enough, the happiness of the rich is beyond the imagination of someone like me. "Aunt Wang, can I ask how much this villa is worth?" I asked curiously. Aunt Wang smiled. "The Miss only spent less than 400 million to buy this villa originally, but the subsequent renovations and furnishing cost more than 500 million. Altogether, it's about 1 billion. My head felt numb. Calculated by the current average annual income of 80,000 in Haicheng, 1 billion is equivalent to one person working for 500 years. Extravagance. It's simply too extravagant." Quote, "Oh right, this doesn't include the luxury cars in the garage and the helicopter on the roof," Aunt Wang added. My head buzzed. "Qingyao has a helicopter?" "Yes. Because of the nature of the Miss's work, she often has to fly all over the country. Taking commercial flights wastes a lot of time, so the Miss specifically bought a helicopter." I worked hard to swallow the words, "Holy cow, she really is rich and willful." Is the entertainment industry that profitable now? In addition to being a popular star, the Miss has a lot of investments, and the Miss started all of this from scratch, so she has worked very hard all these years, Aunt Wang said with emotion. "It's a good thing the Miss found the son-in-law. Now the Miss will have someone to take care of her, and she won't have to work so hard anymore." I was suddenly moved. Lin Qingyao, alone, had to take care of Bebe and struggle in the entertainment industry to achieve her dream. She truly was not an ordinary woman. Now that I, Wang Ye, was here, I would definitely protect Lin Qingyao and no longer let her fight alone. After touring the entire villa and returning to the main hall, a small figure immediately flew down from upstairs. "Daddy, Daddy, hurry and blow-dry Bebe's hair, okay?" I was startled and quickly rushed up to hug Bebe. "Bebe, slow down! What if you fall?" Bebe didn't care at all and instead let out a ringing laugh. She shook her wet hair. "Daddy, come up and blow-dry my hair." I lovingly stroked her head. "Let's go. Daddy will blow-dry your hair." When I pushed the door and entered the bedroom with Bebe, I saw Lin Qingyao in a jade-colored bathrobe, her face exquisitely beautiful. If the daytime Lin Qingyao was like a fairy who didn't belong to the mortal world, then Lin Qingyao, after a bath, had more charm and spirit. Looking at Bebe clinging to me, she said a little sourly, "You used to let Mommy blow-dry your hair. Now that you have Daddy, you don't want Mommy anymore." Bebe giggled, ignoring her mother, and buried her head in my chest. I secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Lin Qingyao showed no unusual reaction to me walking in. Does this mean I might be able to sleep with a beauty tonight? Although I hadn't had such a luxury before coming here, Now that I saw a slight possibility, I was excited. I looked at her and tentatively said, "Let me finish blowing Beibei's hair first, and then I'll blow dry yours." Lin Qingyao smiled, her eyes crescent-shaped. "Okay, I'll wait for you." I first tested the temperature of the hairdryer, and then confidently began to blow dry Beibei's hair. My movements were clumsy, but Beibei didn't mind. With her beloved daddy blow-drying her hair, the desire to show off in her heart kept growing. Unfortunately, there were only Daddy and Mommy here, so she couldn't find anyone to show off to. After a moment's thought, she looked at Lin Qingyao. "Look, my daddy is blow-drying my hair." Lin Qingyao found Beibei's proud little look amusing. "So what?" Beibei said seriously, "Your husband is blow-drying my hair. Are you jealous that your husband is blow-drying my hair first? Are you envious?" Lin Qingyao was a little speechless, and her expression gradually became a little sour. "I'm going to sleep with Daddy tonight and not with you. Are you mad?" Seeing Beibei getting more and more smug, Lin Qingyao felt that the primal energy inside her was getting hard to suppress. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. This Beibei had quite the sharp tongue. Seeing that Lin Qingyao's anger level was almost maxed out, I quickly patted Beibei's little head and said, "Okay, Beibei's hair is dry. Go out and play first." Beibei stuck her tongue out at Lin Qingyao, then ran out triumphantly. "Come back," Lin Qingyao quietly scolded. Beibei's face stiffened. It seemed Mommy was really angry. "Your hair is messy after just being washed. What does it look like?" Lin Qingyao took a hair tie, knelt behind Beibei, and tied the messy hair into a small ponytail. Only then did she smile and say, "All right, go out and play now." "I thought you were angry. Your face looked a little grim just now." I shrugged. "How old am I? Getting angry with a 3-year-old child?" Actually, I knew Beibei was getting revenge on me. "Revenge?" I blinked. "Revenge on you for not giving her chocolate." "Of course." Lin Qingyao nodded. I found it a little unbelievable. While blow-drying Lin Qingyao's hair, I said, "No way. Beibei is so cute and sensible. How could she have such little thoughts? I've raised her for 3 years. Don't let her surface appearance as a cute little angel fool you. Deep down, she houses a naughty little devil." Lin Qingyao giggled. She takes after me in this. Strong desire for revenge. My mouth twitched, and my hand trembled. "Your desire for revenge is strong?" "Of course. My kindness is only for those who are good to me. For those who are bad to me, I naturally want to get revenge. I'm not a saint. So you must be good to me in the future, or else I'll scare even myself when I get revenge." I quickly pledged my loyalty. "Of course, I'll be good to you. You can rest assured about that." Lin Qingyao smiled and didn't speak. She was very confident in her eyes and judgment. She was sure that I would be a qualified stay-at-home dad and a qualified husband. "Qingyao, actually, about you not letting Beibei eat chocolate just now." I took a deep breath. "I know you have your own way of educating Beibei, but I still feel that it's best not to break promises with a child about things you've agreed to, otherwise they will lose trust in us, right?" Lin Qingyao chuckled. "I know the story of Zhengzi killing a pig too." I was a little confused. "Then why?" "Because Beibei and I have an agreement that she won't eat chocolate or other sweets after dinner. It's clear that Beibei, in order to eat chocolate, even went against her own wishes and said something she didn't mean. Do you think I should reward her for that?" I was instantly dumbfounded. "Yes, what should I do now?" Lin Qingyao smiled. Although Wang Ye had a very gentle heart and would definitely become a good father in the future, he still didn't know how to educate a child. To raise an excellent child, love and companionship are important, but the method is also very crucial. Clearly, I was still lacking in certain skills and methods. "I understand. You can't use bribery to educate a child. If I had given Beibei chocolate this time, she would think what she did was correct, which is not good for her future growth." Lin Qingyao looked at me with satisfaction. "I didn't expect you to catch on so quickly." I spoke confidently. "I was a study monitor and Chinese class representative since I was little. These things are child's play for me." Lin Qingyao covered her mouth and laughed, her body shaking. My face flushed. With Lin Qingyao's movement looking down from my height, I could actually see a hint of cleavage in her robe. "Why did you stop?" Feeling my hands stop moving, Lin Qingyao looked up in confusion, only to realize my stunned gaze. "Ptui! Ptui!" Lin Qingyao subconsciously pulled her robe tighter, her cheeks flushing. "Heh." I felt my throat go dry and quickly changed the subject. "Aunt Wang took me around the villa just now. I really didn't expect this villa to be so big. When I mentioned the villa, a look of pride appeared on Lin Qingyao's face. I spent a lot of thought on this villa. I nodded slightly. Lin Qingyao really did put in a lot of effort. I heard Aunt Wang say you started from scratch and worked very hard. Started from scratch? No. Lin Qingyao blinked. The money for this villa was given to me by my eldest brother. The renovation money was given to me by my second brother, and the helicopter was given to me by my third brother. I gasped. I actually had 3 older brothers-in-law. Qingyao, please, I must meet your 3 older brothers-in-law. Not for any other reason, but just to get closer to the family. Oh, sure. They've been wanting to meet their irresponsible brother-in-law for a long time anyway. Lin Qingyao's mouth curved slightly. My eldest brother and my second and third brothers said they won't hold back. As long as they don't beat you to death, they have a way to save you. I shivered. My brothers-in-law sure know how to joke. My third brother likes to joke, but my eldest brother is very serious by nature and never jokes with us. Lin Qingyao looked at me with a half smile. I think there's a misunderstanding here. Maybe we shouldn't meet yet? You should soothe my brothers-in-law first. Look at you. Lin Qingyao rolled her eyes at me. She knew I was joking. After all, she had witnessed my strength. All 3 of her brothers combined might not be my match. Right, Qingyao, why didn't I see Grandpa Yun? Is he not in Haicheng? My grandpa is visiting an old friend. He probably won't be back for the next couple of days. Oh, no wonder. Also, I still don't know what your family does. Although I knew the Yun family was definitely not ordinary, I hadn't heard the specific details from Lin Qingyao's mouth. Lin Qingyao smoothed her hair and whispered, Our Yun family isn't much. Have you heard of Muyun Pharmaceuticals? Of course I have. I looked at Lin Qingyao incredulously. You don't mean that Muyun Pharmaceuticals is the Yun family's business, do you? I had heard that 5 years ago, Muyun Pharmaceuticals was valued at over 100 billion. It had many well-known medicines under its banner, such as Baiyun Spray and Liuhua Oral Solution, which were national medications. Lin Qingyao was truly a bona fide Bai Fu Mei, rich, beautiful girl. My face was blank. I knew the Yun family was rich, but I hadn't expected them to be this rich. I had unintentionally latched onto such a thick thigh. If I told anyone I wasn't being supported by a rich woman, no one would believe me. My eldest brother founded the largest private hospital in the capital. My second brother joined the military a long time ago and is now serving in a special unit. My third brother is more flamboyant and just wants to enjoy life, so he founded Yunshang Xingchen. Yunshang Xingchen? Why does that name sound so familiar? I was stunned for a moment. Didn't you debut through Yunshang Xingchen? You mean, Lin Qingyao nodded. Didn't that situation happen 4 years ago? Afterwards, my third brother asked me if I still wanted to be a big star. I said yes, and then he founded Yunshang Xingchen. To realize his sister's dream, Lin Qingyao's third brother actually founded an entertainment company directly. This action completely stunned me. This is what true wealth and willfulness look like. No wonder Lin Qingyao became explosively popular like a rocket in just 3 years. It turned out she had such powerful resource support behind her. My eldest brother is very cautious and rarely jokes. My second brother is a hothead who is often away. My third brother is only a few years older than me, and I have the best relationship with him. But all 3 of them love me very much. Lin Qingyao winked at me. So if you bully me in the future, my 3 brothers won't let you off. I immediately guaranteed. Don't worry, I will love you more than your brothers-in-law do. Indeed, a dragon gives birth to a dragon, a phoenix gives birth to a phoenix. The Yun family had one excellent person after another. Oh no, counting Lin Qingyao, it was 4 excellent people. Lin Qingyao said seriously, Tomorrow morning, let's go to the Civil Affairs Bureau and get the paperwork done. Getting the marriage license? My heart suddenly sped up. Although I had slowly accepted this matter, the thought of such a beautiful Lin Qingyao becoming my wife still made me incredibly excited. So does that mean we can sleep together tonight? I asked this question without thinking. Lin Qingyao's little face instantly flushed bright red. She stood up in a panic. My hair is dry. I'm going to see what Bebe is doing. She might have gone to steal chocolate. With that, she stood up and quickly ran out. I wanted to slap myself. She said we're getting the marriage license tomorrow. If I had been a little more thick-skinned tonight, I might have held the beauty in my arms. But now that I'd brought it up so clearly, Lin Qingyao was naturally very shy. I sat on the chair with a wry smile. Just then, a ding-dong sound came from the phone on the dressing table. Lin Qingyao had left her phone behind in her haste. I stuck to the principles of a gentleman and would absolutely not touch Lin Qingyao's phone without permission. But a glance wouldn't hurt, right? However, after one glance, my eyebrows furrowed. Yao Yao, I heard you're not on the set. Did something happen? If you're angry because of my confession that day, I apologize. I truly like you too much. But I promise I will never do anything like that again without your consent, okay? Are you still mad? As long as you're not mad, I'll do anything you want. The messages came one after another, and my face slowly darkened. This person, whose nickname was Mountaintop I Am the Peak, seemed to be a suitor of Lin Qingyao, and the kind of suitor Lin Qingyao couldn't be bothered with. I smelled a strong scent of a lick dog from him. Well, no wonder, my wife is so beautiful. Perhaps because there was no reply, the phone rang after a moment. I answered the phone, and a young man's voice came through. Yao Yao, I'm really sorry. I wasn't thoughtful enough that day. I coughed. She just got out of the shower. Maybe you should call back later. Who are you? The voice on the phone instantly became nervous and gloomy. I thought for a moment and said, after tomorrow, he should be calling me husband. Then, I heard the sound of something smashing on the floor on the other end. At this time, I had answered Lin Qingyao's phone, scared away her suitor, and then was busy playing with my daughter on the sofa. Unconsciously, evening came. Baby, it's getting late. It's time to sleep. We agreed that you must go to bed before 9 o'clock every night. Bebe immediately pouted. She didn't want to sleep at all now. She was afraid that when she woke up, Daddy and Mommy would be gone. Then I want Daddy to tell me a bedtime story. I naturally agreed right away. After gaining the sounds of nature skill from the system, I was eager to tell Bebe a story. I turned to Lin Qingyao. Oh, by the way, your phone received a call just now. I accidentally answered it. Whose call? Lin Qingyao's face was unruffled. A guy with the nickname, Mountaintop I Am the Peak. Oh, ignore him. Just an arrogant fellow, Lin Qingyao told me. Once you tuck Bebe in, let's discuss tomorrow's matters. I looked at Lin Qingyao, who was pretending to be calm, and wore an understanding expression. Isn't she subtly telling me that we're going to sleep together? Happiness came too suddenly, and I could hardly believe it. However, the priority now was to tuck Bebe in first. Bebe was lying in bed, blinking her big eyes at me. I cleared my throat. Once upon a time, a little chick got lost. Later, he met a basketball. I told the story of the little chick and the basketball with twists and turns. Bebe's constant gasps and laughter throughout the story gave me a great sense of accomplishment. But this led to a problem. Bebe was too engrossed in the story and showed no sign of sleepiness. If Bebe didn't fall asleep, how could I return to Lin Hio's room? Bebe, let Daddy stop here for today, okay? I'll tell you the rest tomorrow. No way, I want to listen! Bebe clung to my thigh, her large eyes filled with plea. I was a little helpless. But it's almost 10 o'clock now, you should be sleeping. Bebe's mood instantly dropped. Her big eyes immediately filled with tears. But I want Daddy to sleep with me tonight. No, I want to sleep with your mom. But perhaps my tone was too urgent. Daddy, do you dislike Bebe? Those words instantly made me feel incredibly guilty. I quickly wiped the tears from Bebe's eyes. I'm sorry. Daddy loves Bebe the most. Daddy will sleep with Bebe tonight. Okay? Hearing this, Bebe instantly turned her sorrow into joy. I looked at Bebe and said seriously, I need to tell Mommy first, okay? I'll be right back. I turned around and saw Lin Qingyao already standing at the door. She had expected me to return quickly, but when I didn't come back after a long wait, she couldn't help but walk over, only to find me seriously telling Bebe a story. This scene made her feel incredibly warm. Isn't this exactly what she had always hoped to see? Moreover, for the short time she stood at the door, she was also captivated by my rich and resonant voice. Qingyao, how about I sleep with Bebe tonight? I hesitated. Lin Qingyao snorted. Who cares about you? Fine, go ahead and sleep with Bebe tonight. Hearing this, Bebe excitedly leaped onto my back. Daddy gets to sleep with me tonight. So I patted Bebe's back, humming a lullaby. After a while, I noticed silence. So I quietly asked, "Bebe, are you asleep?" "Not yet, Daddy," Bebe's crisp voice replied. In the darkness, her bright eyes sparkled like stars. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Why does this 3-year-old girl have such boundless energy? "How about we play a game, okay?" Baby nodded excitedly. "We'll play 1, 2, 3, red light. When I finish counting to 3, we must close our eyes. We can't open our eyes or talk. If anyone talks or opens their eyes, they lose, okay?" "Okay." Bebe is full of confidence. "I won't lose." "All right, 1, 2, 3, start." Bebe closed her eyes immediately. Her small body lay motionless on the bed. I couldn't help but smile at Bebe's adorable appearance. Sure enough, in less than 2.5 minutes, Bebe was breathing evenly. Although I lost the opportunity to get close to Lin Qingyao, being able to stay by my daughter's side, watching her sleep peacefully, and feeling her reliance on me, I felt incredibly warm and touched. I woke up very early the next morning. Bebe was still sleeping. I quietly left the room and found that Lin Qingyao was already up. I always wake up this early to exercise. As an artist, you know we have to maintain our figure. After breakfast, we'll first take Bebe to the kindergarten, then go to the Civil Affairs Bureau for the formalities. I have to rush back to the film crew this afternoon. Lin Qingyao said seriously, "I won't be able to come back for nearly a month, so you need to take good care of Bebe." I was stunned. I thought Bebe wasn't in kindergarten. How could she not be in kindergarten? Lin Qingyao asked impatiently. She just took 2 days off because she had a slight cold